All right. So today you had your work shift and you decided to work out right after, man.
My work.
We're gonna start all over because apparently there was no audio.
Uh,
Really?
Nah, we're just kidding. Keep going.
Cerote.
Technical difficulties. That's why for y'all listening right now on YouTube, and I know Enzo's the one listening. That's why you guys always want to go afterwards and listen to the actual podcast because that shit gets edited, and any mess ups that Mauricio did get edited in the podcast. Just so y'all know, it's a little secret behind the sauce.
What was your question again, Manny? Sorry.
Well, you worked out after your work shift. I'm like, how is that? I mean, you already worked all day, so yeah, I'm assuming you're already tired.
Byron works out
But
before
you-
his workout. Actually,
Yeah, I was about to say.
You
that
do
too.
2 workouts a day,
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah, and
or
then
like you
and then he
split,
still go,
or you
and then he
split
still goes
up,
home. He
like-
se la jala.
Yeah, all the. All of that.
You say hi to Manuela when you get home, bro.
Before he leaves to work.
Before,
Before he
during,
leaves,
during, after.
Oh my god! Wow.
Nah, but
damn.
yeah, I worked out before. It's 'cause like sometimes I can't. I feel like I gotta discipline myself to wake up earlier
Mhm.
and get a workout. But every time I get that morning workout, it's like in a crunch time.
Mhm.
That's sponsored by.
It's a pun. Yeah, I get it.
Not sponsored by. Actually.
I'm like in such short time, so like today I was like I might as well get another workout in and finish it basically.
Do you
And-
like
but for-
separate the whole workout of the day? Is that what you're saying? Like you do you do half of your workout in the morning and then the other half in the evening.
Yeah, for instance, like today, exactly. You basically answered my question. Yeah, I if I know if I'm not gonna get a full workout, I do half of it, and then the other half after. But
Mm.
Tuesdays and Thursdays for sure, I go twice for sure. Today was just one of those days where I just decided to. Like yesterday, I got out at 4, but I didn't work out after. I worked out before. Like
So
I
you
was
were
I
getting-
was
So
satisfied.
so you got your full workout in the morning.
Yeah, I was satisfied with my workout in the morning yesterday, but not today. So that's why I worked out afterwards, and I don't want to go home.
Gotcha. What about you, Maury? Are you working out again, or?
For me, I mean, I'm gonna have to figure out my routine right now.
Yeah, 'cause I know like your whole schedule changed.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm just working a lot right now, but I'm gonna get back in there. It's no issue. I know I'm gonna get back in there. It's all good.
What about you, Manny? How was your day?
Exactly. No. When are your ass getting in the gym? That's the real fucking
Nah,
question.
bro,
you
he
wanna
asked
be
about my day.
you wanna be questioning us?
He-
Why?
he-
Well, now,
he
now I'm
asked about my
questioning.
day.
Well, now I'm questioning you, bro.
He asked about
Because
my day, bro.
so many podcasts ago, we had someone offering you at least a free month ago, bro, and straight dropped the ball, bro. Straight dropped the ball. I'm saying, bro. I was wondering. You asking us about going to the gym? I just want to know when you
Yeah, of
gonna
course,
join.
I care about
Yeah.
your guys' health.
When you join, we care about yours too, bro. What the fuck you mean? So I'm just saying, bro. You have Manny going there twice a week or twice a day when he works too. So it's like, holla at your boy Byron, bro. He gonna be there with you.
All right.
Hmm.
And be like, double workout, Byron. Let's go. Now I gotta wake
Yeah.
up earlier. I think that's what I'm probably gonna do. Try to hit it in the morning. 'Cause I don't know about that nightlife.
How
Tryna get-
early? How early?
Byron's like, yeah, I'm struggling with waking up early. Well, I don't know. What time do you guys actually open?
It's 24
Bro, they don't
hours.
close. That's the actual question.
It's 24 hours.
That one's 24 hours.
Yep.
That's like 24-hour gym.
Yep.
Interesting.
No excuses.
Interesting. I thought that one wasn't 24 hours. Nah, it's like I'm thinking of waking up earlier. Probably like I don't know, going like 5:30. Just because one of the
Work.
things that I hate, and that's just me personally, because I gotta park outside.
Enzo
Mhm.
saying cap.
All right, that's fine. It's just what's it called? If I were to do it, I know I have to do it in the morning, 'cause in the evening, it's basically a bitch to try to get parking. So and I'm pretty sure you understand that as well.
Yeah, at your residential.
Yeah,
place.
exactly. It's a bitch to get parking. So then it's like, when it's like that, it's like, do I really? Because if I literally go from work to home, or even if I do some stuff and then go home like a little bit after,
Mm-hmm.
like I still get parking. But if I go at night, it's just gonna be, not worth it.
Doesn't work out, huh?
Doesn't.
Damn.
It doesn't work out at all.
Yeah, and then at that time that you're talking about, like at 5:30, it's usually like more empty.
Yeah. The other thing I would consider as well, like I said, because I would probably do that. And the other thing that I would have in mind, um, is the fact that I have to cut shit out, not in the sense of food, but in the sense of like wasting time, in the sense of like watching shit. Cause it's like if I'm gonna wake up that early, then I can't be sleeping late.
Okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah. Cause then that's the other thing that does end up happening is that it's like if you want to wake up early, you gotta cut the shit that keeps you up.
That's
Yeah.
facts.
Cause it's
I'm
like
still trying to like discipline and learn myself too, like little bad
Oh no,
habits
it's
that I
it's
have to
it's
myself.
one of the hardest things to do, man. Honestly, because there's so much things that like grab your attention and take you away. Like for example, whether you're watching a series, like for example, I already know that on Friday, Narcos Mexico is coming out, and
Oh
I'm
shit!
like,
Thanks for the insight.
and I'm already like, shit, am I gonna binge that in one day, or am I gonna like space it out, or like how many episodes should I watch to talk about it? Because I'm sure most of you guys are probably gonna watch at least one or two episodes for us to even talk about it
True.
on Saturday. So I'm like, those are the things where it's like those things do take your time and they waste your time. Well, they rob you of your sleep. And one of the things too, like I really dislike sleeping. That's just me. I don't know why. I've always been like, I wish I could be a person that doesn't need sleep. And I kind of tend to push myself to the limit on that, where like I'll do everything not to sleep. It's really weird.
So you're you could is that considered a night owl?
I function a lot at night. It's really weird. It's really weird. Cause it's like I could be tired of doing certain things, but as soon as like I lay down, it's like all sleep is gone. It's like, oh snap! Like I like okay. But then if you ask me like do this like job or do this something, I start getting tired. But then I lay down and it's like, oh.
And what time do you usually like lay down? Like, let's say for instance, like if it's a work during the work weekday, what time? Because you got work, right?
Like what time am I sleeping?
Yeah.
Man, it depends. Usually I've been sleeping between like 12:30.
Damn.
Yeah.
Even if
and I still wake up at 6 a.m.
damn.
I still wake up at 6 a.m. on the dot, bro. Like
No alarm.
no alarm.
Sick.
Objection.
He's like objection.
Objection from
Why
what?
is that?
There's times he doesn't wake at 6 on the dot.
Is that
That's
so?
the weekend though.
Still, bro.
And you want to know why? Because I don't get paid for that shit.
Still though, bro.
I'm gonna be real with you because I still get to work on time.
Still though, bro. Because the other day he was like, "Hey, bro, I'm gonna be up." I was like, "All right." Bro, you scared me that day.
Which day?
It was the day where I wasn't able to get you
Oh, that day. But you know why?
because you stayed up late, bro.
You know how late I stayed up that day?
Too late.
You want to know?
You think you told me like 4 in the morning or something?
Exactly. Exactly.
I dropped you off on time. Fuck.
I went to sleep at 4 in the morning. Like, see, like that's the thing, bro. Cause it's like this dude I think dropped me off. I think like at 11 or something. It was like 10 or 11. And I was like, I'll go to sleep right now. And then I got distracted. I was doing stuff. The other thing that doesn't help is like my family doesn't sleep early either. So there's always activity going on where I live. So I was like, who cares, And I knew I had to go wake up and do stuff with this dude. But yeah, no, I stayed up till 4 in the
Your
morning.
mind wasn't functioning.
4 in the morning, woke up.
That's
I woke up. I did wake up at 6, but I didn't like get up, which is a different thing. Because waking up, I wake up at that time. I didn't get up till 6:30, and then this dude, because he usually picks me up between like 6:30, 6:40.
Mm-hmm.
So then he couldn't pick me up anymore, and then I had to ask my mom to like go drop me off. Yeah, and then he was scared because he was like, "No, no one's gonna do the job that they need to do." And that's why I've been telling them like have a backup, have someone else that can do what I do there. Just
So
in
like,
case.
what about like when you have work the next day, you don't get even if you worked one day, you don't get tired the next day. I mean, you don't get tired in the night, even though you work. Like today, like for instance, you worked,
Mm-hmm.
and then when you go home, you don't feel as like sleepy or drained.
Well, the thing is that my work is not physical.
Mm.
That I think, and that's the big issue of it, because when I've worked in like physical work,
Yeah.
I would agree with you that when you're doing physical work, it tires you out, and you will sleep like your 8 hours. Um, the difference is, I have an office job. So with an office job, bro, like I'm literally like my work is mental. My work
Mhm.
is not physical. So and I just you're staring at a computer, you're typing away, you're doing phone calls, you're doing emails. It's all mental. So since it's all mental and there's no physical aspect to it, you get home and it's like you're still good to go because you haven't done anything right to put you in a position of like wanting to sleep. But when I've like, for example, when I've traveled, because the company I work for has several divisions. When I've traveled to a different division where that place is physical, right?
Like when you went to Seattle last time.
Yeah. So when I go there and that's like a physical part of it, right? Where I gotta be like walking down a warehouse, I gotta
Mm.
be doing stuff in a warehouse. When I've done things like that, that's where definitely for sure. Like I said, because over there I was entering. I was waking up six in the morning, entering 7 a.m. Getting out like 5:36 around there, and it was like nonstop since I entered. And then I would just get to the apartment, have dinner, and a few hours later I was already tired. But like that's because like I said, yeah, I was doing physical
The
work.
work. Yeah.
And what I mean by physical work is when I go over there, because usually when they've asked me to go over there, it's to go help out. Well, during that time, it was to help out with to train the shipping department because they didn't have anybody to train them on how to use the software. So it's like train them how to use the software, but at the same time that I'm out there, these dudes need help to like put stuff into crates and all that. So I would like be I'll be helping out with building crates and preparing stuff that needed to
Okay.
go.
See what you
So
mean.
it's like that's the physical aspect of it. And when I'm talking about like building crates and preparing stuff, I'm not talking about like your little typical package. No, I'm talking about like
Like
stuff
from
that's
scratch, basically.
yeah, but stuff that's also like weighing like 100 pounds
Okay. I see what you
to
mean.
like 400 pounds, 600 pounds, and you got to use a forklift, all that.
Yeah.
So it's like when you're doing that type of work, for sure, dude. If you're doing that physical work, you're gonna knock out.
No,
Like
no, that's most
I
definitely.
feel like it's different. The way that would affect your sleep.
So let me ask you another question. Would you ever consider having a job, or do you prefer it
That's more
how
physical demanding.
do you prefer how you are right now, or would you like rather have a job that's like a little bit of both?
I've honestly preferred more. If I could find a job that's like both, like a combination of both, that would be great. Because I get bored in the office job.
I bet, bro.
I get bored. And what I mean by that is that I sometimes need to find ways to stimulate myself, right? Because when you're in the office job, it's a routine, right? So you come in and the challenge isn't there, right? Your mind needs to be stimulated and your mind needs to be challenged. So when you already know what to do and how to solve the problems, how to solve the issues, even though like every day there might be different circumstances, but you already know how to deal with them, it becomes like kind of the way I can put it is like when you're driving and you're like but you don't even know how you got home. You just know you drove. Kind
It's
of
kind of
like
like you're
that.
just like in airplane mode type of
Yeah,
thing,
exactly. Where you're just
cruising by. Just,
like all right, yeah, let's get this done. That's it. All right, bye. Um so it's like there sometimes you got to do other things. You got to find ways to like stimulate yourself or find ways to like keep yourself entertained.
no, I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a thing I would have like
Manolo.
Manuel, that's sick ass guy. Another thing I would have recommended, I mean, since I'm like, active and fit,
Yeah,
I
exactly.
would say, why don't you try to like do like at least 3 to 5 push-ups before you go to sleep,
Just to start.
and probably even drain you a little bit.
Interesting. I mean,
Probably go to sleep
probably. Yeah.
faster, maybe, and then
Yeah.
little by little
Yeah.
start building that resistance to it.
Yeah,
Even
it's
even
not-
even if you gotta like get on your knees.
Yeah. No, I
Pause.
yeah, no,
Not that way.
it's not a bad idea. I mean, 'cause you're trying to say like from what I'm saying, it's like all I need is to burn some sort of calories in order for me to like find that like knockout
Zone type of
Yeah.
thing,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially, my bad to cut you off, Mauricio.
Nah, bro.
Especially if it's before like
Meeting your
y-
mic right now, dog.
You disrespected the main host.
Try to talk. Try to talk. Try to talk. Yeah, that's right.
He's not fucking around. Oh,
I'm
man.
just kidding.
He wasn't fucking around. No, but
What were you
no,
trying to say?
especially I was just gonna add to it. I was gonna say, especially since like, you're gonna go to sleep, so it's something physical. So I'm assuming it would probably like everybody's different, but I
Mm.
would assume it would debilitate you,
Mhm.
a little more, wear you out, and then maybe as soon as you like lay down in bed, you get comfortable and just hopefully maybe just knock
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
But yeah, I want to ask you guys a question.
Ask away.
Let's go away. All right. Well, what's something that you guys believed as kids that you found out later on in life is not true or real?
Santa Claus. Figured that out.
Yep.
What was your experience like, Manny?
You really want to know how it was like?
Well, why do you think
Bruh.
I'm
Estaba
asking, bro?
agüitado.
I was, I don't know. I think it was. I remember I was in first grade. I don't remember how old I was though.
Mm-hmm.
I just remember it was first grade, and I came home, and the teacher had made me do like a letter to Santa Claus.
Oh yeah, I remember those.
And I come home and I show it to my dad, right? And I tell my dad like, look, I made a letter to Santa Claus of everything I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad was like, Santa Claus isn't real. He's not gonna bring you any of those gifts.
Oh damn. Straightforward, huh?
Straightforward. Birds in
Damn,
my
first,
bubble, bro.
you said you were a first grader.
I was the first
Jay,
grade.
you were like what, 6 years old, 7? He broke your dreams. He broke your
Broke my
heart. At
dreams.
the,
And
at
then
a
he
early
goes,
age.
he's like, but you know who is real? God.
Sick.
Like that's all he. And then he made me. So my dad, I don't know, man. My dad is a guy that has huge faith. I'm gonna just say that.
Nothing bad with that. It's dope.
He made me write a letter to God.
Sick.
He was like, Santa Claus isn't real, but God is real. Write a letter to God. And it basically everything I had asked Santa Claus, but now asking it to God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you read it out loud to him, or did he read it after you were done?
No, he just told me like do it like this, right? And then I remember like I prayed with him after, and bullshit aside, everything that I put on that list I got for Christmas. And it's not like he bought them. I'm talking about like I got these gifts from like different people. But
Swear.
everything that I had put on that list, I got that year.
Was it like more than 5 items or 5 things or
Yeah.
sick?
Yeah.
Do you remember at least 3 of those things that you asked for?
Yeah. I had asked for. I remember one of the ones that I wanted was a scooter, which I
Sick.
did get.
The Razor scooters?
Yes.
Skeeter.
I got it with blue
Yeah,
wheels.
I'm lucky I never had the scooter.
Yeah, I had a Razor scooter with blue wheels, and then I had asked for some shoes. I got some shoes,
Nice.
and I'm trying to remember another one. I can't right now. I have pictures of all that at home, but
What was your reaction when you found out you got all those things for Christmas? You said, right?
I was kind of shocked, honestly. I was kind of shocked.
He was like, Dad, see, Santa is real.
And no, it was more like Dios es verdad. Yeah, that's my dad was like, he's like, don't expect this, to always happen, but yeah, God is real. He's like, that's the difference,
So what was your what was your perception after that? At least when it came to your other friends or your other colleagues around you in school, since this was at an early age. Would you
Well,
tell them, oh no, he's not real?
yeah. I mean, my dad bursted my bubbles with all the fairy tales, like
Mhm.
the Tooth Fairy,
Chupacabra.
anything. Yeah, anything here, just be like that stuff isn't real. It's so like the weird thing in my household, and I a lot of people think it's really weird, is my parents don't celebrate Christmas.
Mm.
In my entire life, there's only been one time where my dad ever allowed a tree to be in the house, like a decorated tree,
Mhm.
and that was only once in my life.
Was it your childhood or adolescence?
Yeah, I was probably around like 4.
Okay.
It was like around 4 years old.
Before your bubble was burst.
Yeah,
Pause.
yeah, that's the only time he ever like had a tree, like a decorated tree, but like he's never there never were people who like go out and buy presents. They're never like what my dad would always do every year is he would have like he still does that to this day, where it's like what he does is carry cash with him, and then if they give him a gift, he gives the person cash so that they don't feel bad
No, okay.
because they gave him a gift and he doesn't have one for them. So
And then with cash, you could buy anything you want. You know what
exactly.
I'm saying?
That's what he would do. Like
It's pretty smart.
yeah, like he's never, because he would always tell me, he's like, man, he's like, look at these people stressing themselves out to get a gift for someone. He's like,
that's
look
facts.
how he's like, look how crazy they're stressing themselves are. Like, look how crazy the market is to buy a gift. He's like, that's not love. That's not like, yeah, they're talking about this joyfulness and whatnot. He's like, no, this is debt. Like people go into debt to try to buy something for someone. He's
Yeah.
like, that's not what love is. So, I don't know. I feel like I kind of felt like an outcast, and growing up because a lot of the things that people normally celebrate, like my family didn't do. So that's one of the things that like
What about Halloween?
everybody, nope,
Same here.
Yo,
hell no.
So Brian, what was one thing for you that you, when you were a kid, was you really believed it, and then when you got older, you were like, it's not that.
Besides Santa Claus, I would say the Tooth Fairy. I remember when I was like 6, 7-ish, I would like lose my teeth a lot. And then I remember about hearing the Tooth Fairy in school, friends and whatnot.
Yeah, it leaves you money.
Yeah, and then I remember actually getting the actual tooth and putting it behind
Your pillow?
my pillow. And I think only once I got money. But then I forgot how I exactly found out it wasn't true, but I think my parents told me eventually.
Mm.
And I was like, it is what it is.
It's interesting.
What about you, Mauricio?
Pluto was a planet when I was a kid.
True.
It's no longer a planet.
Yeah, it goes back and forth. Pluto, I mean, the question, when you really get down to the definition of what's a planet, it comes down to the question of size. That's why they go back and forth on it, because they're like, what size really defines a planet? It's weird. But that's that. For me, I think one thing that I really, I would say I believed in growing up.
Chupacabra?
La Llorona?
Nah, it was more like whenever you would be like at a for example at a church,
Mm.
I always thought that there was like some kind of like back room, bro, where there was like something crazy there, like, you know what I mean, like
some people speak it in
supernatural.
tongues,
Not even
or
that, just something supernatural, bro. That
like
At a church?
yeah, like
Sick.
like the throne room of God,
Something
like
like that, bro.
description, bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
like-
the 4 living beings, bro, with 4 faces,
Yeah,
and
bro.
eyes everywhere, and 6 wings. That type of creature,
I remember,
bro.
yeah, bro. And then I remember when I was a kid, I was going to this church that's in North Hollywood.
Yeah, because they would speak in tongues.
And then there was a time that there was a period where we would go and basically clean the church on a Saturday, and we went to go clean the church, like had access to every room basically.
Mm-hmm.
And once I went through every room, bro, I was like, "There's nothing here."
I've looked everywhere.
How'd you feel after that?
Where is the holy place?
I remember, I think I asked my dad, I was like, where's the room? He's like, what room? And I was like, the room where there's like things going on, or like, like supernatural things. Like, he was like,
Mhm.
there's no such thing. And I was like,
He's like, my whole bubble and bursted in my belief
Yeah.
in God.
Not
and
even like,
it."
not even like that. I
My
just
belief
thought, I
in
just
God.
put so much like weight in the building that I
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah.
there's a place in here that it's like,
But that's a perfect example though of how people lose their belief in God, right? Is that they put so much weight in certain things, and if it gets obliterated or if someone like exposes it, they automatically go, "Oh, is it real then?" Like, am I, like a lot of doubt seeps in because they've never seen another side of things, and they've put so much pressure on that one little thing that they believe in,
mm-hmm.
right? So that that's I've seen it so much. Like I've seen it in school where like there's kids that believe a lot in the supernatural and believe a lot, in the spiritual aspect of things. That when they come into the whole educational side of things and they learn from the educational perspective, like a lot of them start questioning their faith. A lot of them like start doubting even more. It's
You wanna-
crazy to see that, bro.
You want to hear another one?
Go for it.
As a kid, I used to think that women would poop out kids.
Sick ass guy.
I'm just being honest with y'all.
I used to think that. Well,
But the
I would
stork.
I would question that. Like, all right, how is a baby made? Like, and I would be like, would a guy piss on him, and that's how it happens? I used to think that, dude. It's like this is before I had the information, bro.
I believed in that little fairy tale about the stork thing for a while.
The stork that brings the baby. A bird's gonna bring him. Oh, that would be wild if a bird just like brought you. Here's a baby. Here you go. Take care of it.
Y'all never seen Family Guy?
Which episode?
Where the stork comes to the, he's like, she goes, "Where's my baby?" And the stork goes, "No, you and I are gonna make the baby."
Oh yeah, I remember that part.
Yeah, and he puts like a track on the record player and shit. Yeah.
I got another one.
Ooh.
The WWE.
Oh, true.
Wrestling.
Yeah.
You always thought it was real.
Yeah.
Do you remember what moment it was? Like what fight or whatever?
Oh man, there's a lot of characters, man.
What do you mean? Like what moment did I think it was real, or what moment did I know it wasn't real?
What moment did you realize it was fake?
I think it's by the time I was in middle school.
Yeah, and I think my brother, the dancer, told me.
Yeah.
He's like, it's not real, right? I was like, no, don't say that.
I remember we used to replicate like the moves and
Yeah.
everything. I even played the video game in the Nintendo 64.
Oh, those were dope.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that was one.
And
that
then
was
you
a good
would
one.
try it on with your friends too. All the moves.
Had
That's
the action
crazy.
figures.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all don't have another one?
Nah, I can't
Something that-
think of another one right now.
Mm,
It's not coming to mind, sir.
Chupacabra.
Chupacabra, La Llorona,
Oh, Bigfoot.
Bigfoot, the Loch Ness monster.
Y'all choosing the most
Well, that's
typical
the
fucking
Well,
ever.
bro. It's the mythical shit. You believe that shit when you're a little kid, bro. What the fuck you mean?
First of all, for me personally,
When you're a little kid,
for
bro,
me personally,
you have
I
imagination,
never believed
bro.
in Santa Claus because I didn't have a chimney, number one. So where's that for coming in?
True.
He ain't gonna bust down my door, bro. It's tripping. You know
He
what I mean?
tripping. You're about to get shot if we
You know.
put
So that's number one. Number two, Tooth Fairy. Bro, I lost a shitload of teeth and I never had
You never got
that
a
money.
dime.
Bro, like
They were just collecting under your
I
pillow.
think at some point, like you gotta realize too, like my parents were like they immigrated here from another country, bro.
Mine did too, bro. They don't
They
believe in
didn't-
those stuff.
They didn't even know what the fuck the Tooth Fairy was, bro.
Exactly. Yeah.
So until at some point I was like coming home and I was like, "Mom, my tooth's gonna fall. I hope the Tooth Fairy comes." She was like, "The fuck is this guy talking about?" And it's until like I guess my sister or something explained. I think at one point in my life I saw like $1 underneath my shit, but at that point I knew like my mama
That's
gave me
fake.
this $1.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's
I
like
felt her come into the room and put it under my pillow.
that's why I'd be like, "What is y'all like?
All right.
You guys don't have anything else like the WWE
All right,
one is
wha-
actually a really good one."
One thing I can now that you're like really explaining it like that, one thing I can think of is my childhood. For some reason, guys, I always thought that like the Ninja Turtles would appear from like the actual
The
sewage.
sewage. Dude, you never poured anything on a turtle thinking it would turn into one?
Nah, not really.
You guys want to hear this might be a messed up one,
Go for
but
it.
it may not even be in the category I'm talking about. But this goes to show what media can do to a child.
Okay.
Bro, growing up, I love Michael Jackson, right?
Uh-huh.
I love listening to his music. Bro, once all this like rape allegations start happening, bro, it made me like almost fear the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like I couldn't even listen to his music at some
yeah.
point because I was like,
He's raping me with his music.
with his high pitched notes and his dance moves. Oh no, nah. Like, but I'm serious. Like at some point, I felt like it was weird, and I don't know. I think after I remember my brother showed me this one documentary about after he died, like about like a lot of things about Michael Jackson and stuff like that. I was like, they really was going after this man. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And like Dave Chappelle said, well, what were they wearing at the time?
What were they wearing at the time?
You guys gotta go watch Sticks and Stones to know that one.
Yeah.
But nah, it's not, and like I guess it goes to separating the artist from the art. But yeah, it was just partial. That was one thing that I remember just
People,
came to
I
mind.
think most people have forgotten about that, man.
Nah, people still bring that shit up. Sadly,
And he was eventually he was in charge for none of them, huh?
nah,
Nah,
Dope.
nah.
it's a stain in his career. That's what it is.
No, for sure.
But people are still gonna listen to his music and play his music.
Yeah, it's a
regardless.
very controversial thing that happened to Michael, but you know what I mean. It's crazy because Michael Jackson also owned the masters of the Beatles. I think he still owns their catalog, like the Michael Jackson estate. So it's pretty crazy the moves that he made too. Nobody's gonna ever be able to own his stuff, which is the crazy part about that.
Didn't he buy M&M's too, or who was it? Someone who dissed him and then he bought him. I think it was Eminem, right?
Yeah, I think Eminem had M&M's
dissed
for a
them?
while.
And then he bought him just because he had dissed him,
Yeah,
just to show him a power move.
yeah. There might be another one that comes to mind, but for right now, that's the one I got in my head. But Manny, you had this question about which movie you thought was real growing up. So you answer me that question.
I thought 4th of July, bro, Independence Day, bro, was a real thing. I thought that's how we really got 4th of July. I thought Will Smith, bro, really saved us on 4th of July.
Can't even save himself.
Hey, man, we got to pray for that brother, bro.
Yes, we do.
He needs to find
He's
some.
contemplated suicide, and
Bro.
Really?
yeah, he said that recently.
Yeah,
Oh,
bro.
damn.
His wife is too wild, bro. I mean,
Feel the man on that one. Shit.
hell yeah, bro. That is
Not on the wife part, but just the fact that it's like, it's just you never know.
It's too wild, bro. I'm like, nah, I feel bad for the guy.
We have a caller calling into the current podcast. What
Who's-
caller?
who's
What is
it?
your name?
Who's it?
And where are you calling from?
Serotudo.
We have a caller calling from LAX. Yes, caller. What do you want to say on the current podcast? You're currently live on the current podcast.
The
Ma'am?
the background.
I was just gonna let you know that everything went fine. Now we're just waiting to be called.
You heard that here, ladies and gentlemen. Everything's going well. Woo, woo.
Oh man. So what movie for you, Byron?
I'm gonna have to go with. For some reason, bro, I thought Chucky was real.
Right?
Yeah,
Damn, bro.
and there would be points. Sometimes it would be like a nightmare, or sometimes me waking up from the nightmare in general, especially if it's pitch black. I would look at my closet and I
You
would
think
think
there
he
was a
was. Yeah, I
doll?
would think
Like,
he was in there,
Damn,
dude.
bro.
It
And then
was
you couldn't
scary.
see dolls, or you couldn't see like anything that was like a redheaded doll, because you would think like,
It's Chucky.
oh, that's him.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna come to life. Dude, and then when they made the one where he has a bride, it's like, damn, bro, now I gotta worry about two. I can't just worry about one. Like,
Man, that guy is hilarious. Though.
dude, I have you ever seen those like old dolls, bro? Like the porcelain dolls. You know what I'm talking about?
Maybe if you explain.
It's like the little dress up dolls.
Okay, yeah, I
you know,
know
like, but they're like the
exactly what you
old
mean.
school ones, bro. Like the ones
Yeah.
that look creepy as
Mhm.
hell, bro. Those always
Kind of like
creep me out.
Annabelle
Yeah,
type
I
of
was
thing.
about to say, he's talking about Annabelle.
Yeah, bro. Like that stuff creeps me out, dog. Like, but it's like to your point of what you're saying, right? Where it's like you can't look at these because it's like you would look at them and be like, oh, what the hell is that gonna come to life? Like, what's gonna happen. You know.
And then now that we're speaking about like horror movies and dolls, I don't know the name of this exact movie. If you guys can help me out, if you guys have seen it or not.
Yeah.
But there's a movie where there's like little like dolls that should come to life, and
the
then
Gremlins.
no, it's not Gremlins. It's like little like they're like little dolls, kind of like what you're saying, but they're like
Is it a scary movie or not?
yeah, it's a scary movie, and
Oh,
then
sure,
like
sure,
they just go around and kill people.
Nah, I don't remember that
I
one.
forgot the
dude.
name of it. I feel like it's like a '90s movie.
I don't remember that one. I don't remember Little Dolls.
But I also thought Jurassic Park was kind of real.
Right.
For a while,
the
when I was a little
dinosaurs
kid.
were in an island.
Jurassic
Yeah.
Park for me was the one. That's
Yeah.
why whenever I go to Universal, I ain't getting on that shit, bro. That shit's gonna eat me, bro. I don't care what anybody
That
says.
T-Rex at
It's,
the
it's
end,
gonna
bro.
fucking eat me, bro. I
That
don't,
T-Rex at the end,
I don't
bro. On
care.
that drop, bro. Ah, and you're like,
I don't care what anybody says, bro. It's
Yeah.
gonna eat me, bro.
yeah, but you drop, bro. It's all good.
It's gonna
and then
come
you get
through,
wet.
bro.
you
You
get
get
wet,
wet.
bro. So
You're getting wet throughout the whole time, bro.
yeah, no, but that's the biggest.
And
wet
you get
part.
a thrill out of it,
That's where it goes. Gush.
Exactly.
and
bro.
to take a picture of you.
Exactly. Facts. And then you can write ET right next to it. I don't know if that's still
back
there
in
or
the day.
not.
Back in the day.
Long gone.
What did it? The Mummy replaced it, right?
The Mummy. Correct. But yeah, that's.
What about
that's a good
you,
one.
Mauricio?
For me, a movie
Besides
that I thought was
Jurassic Park.
real.
Star Wars.
Back to the Future.
Mm.
Back to the Future is actually a really good one. Back to the Future was the one that
Men
I
in
thought.
Black.
I was like, as soon as I
Men in
see that
Another
car,
Will Smith.
I'm gonna get in that car and we're out.
I'm gonna change the course of history.
Yeah. I don't even have to change it, bro. Let me just go back and see it.
Who would you? All right, if you could go back in time, just a random question, like what era would you want to go see?
Okay, bro. I wanna make it back, right?
Yeah.
All right. So,
But all right,
so I
let's
can't go too far back.
Let's
just be honest with
All
you.
right, not don't go based on Back to the Future rules. Just what time period would you want to visit? But let's also add something to it. Have you seen Dune?
Negative.
All right. But in that movie, they have this whole thing of how like you could wear a bracelet. It kind of gives you like a protective kind of shield for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You get me? So like things can't penetrate you. So say like you're wearing
Pause.
something like that to try to survive. You know, if they try to kill you in the past, right? So if you could go to a time period, like what would it be?
Very, very, very difficult to say. But just off bat, this has always been in my head. It'd be somewhere in the 50s or 60s.
1950s.
Eh, you wouldn't go farther back?
Well, just off bat, one of the first ones I would want to go to
Yeah.
is the 50s or
Okay.
60s.
Okay.
Why?
okay.
The reason being is just, I mean, it has really to do a lot.
There's a lot of
for-
evolution in that.
It has a lot
Okay.
to do really with I've always been curious
World
about.
War just ended.
I've always been curious to know about how the valley and all that stuff was like back in the
Okay.
50s and 60s.
Because I was about to ask another question, but you just answered it. I was about to ask, would it be here or in Salvi that you want to live? Whether you would want to live.
I
during
want
that.
to check this place out first.
Dope.
And honestly, the whole Back to the Future thing, I would love to hang out with my dad at my age.
Sick.
See how he was.
Yep.
Do you think that you would influence him with modern ideas?
Who knows? I think so. I'm able to influence my, not like in a bad way, but I'm able
Buy
to like.
Bitcoin when we get to that. And then also invest into Facebook. He's gonna make his dad like a super billionaire.
You guys ever seen Hot Tub Time Machine?
Yeah.
I'm gonna combine Twitter and Viagra and make Tagra.
Sick.
That's what the fool
That's
does.
what it does, bro.
He
Nice.
takes Twitter and Viagra and combines it and he makes
Yeah.
Tagra.
Oh, what's the product or service? Since he
It's Twitter and Viagra in one, bro. So it's
Yeah.
a social media and you get Viagra too, bro. It's called Tagra.
so it's like a partnership type of thing.
I can't really explain it to that point, bro. It was just in a movie
Yeah.
All right.
in Hot Tub
They were
Time
just
Machine.
making fun of it. Hot Tub Time Machine.
Yeah.
That was hilarious in that.
What about you, Manny? What area would you go to?
Oh man, I would always. I don't know, man. I'm always fascinated with like ancient civilization. But I know it's super dangerous at the same time. Just to see how like these humans lived and what they did and how they were doing what they were doing. So one of the eras I would want to go to is basically to see Greece and see how it was, when they're, developing their ideas of philosophy, and if possible to see who like Alexander the Great was
Mm-hmm.
and how he united Greece. Like it'd be interesting to see how like he conquered a lot of Europe. He's a huge part, of our
Socrates
history.
is not Greek, right? Is he?
Yes.
Yeah, he is, right?
He is. Yes. Yeah, and you have Socrates that teaches Aristotle,
Mm-hmm.
and Aristotle who's the teacher of Alexander the Great. So, and the thing is that this is how crazy it is. How like the ideas that Aristotle taught Alexander the Great are the ideas that um, influence all the areas that he conquered, and most of those ideas are still prevalent till this day. That's how crazy that is. So to see how like one person's idea is influencing someone that's gonna conquer like that, and how like that's gonna affect a whole generation or even
Right.
generations to come.
What about Machiavelli was another one, right? Another.
Yeah, but that's way later down the line. Yeah, Machiavelli.
What about you, Byron?
I was always fascinated to go in the medieval times.
You want to be a knight,
Yeah, for some reason I want to like see how that was.
so you want a duel.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
In
It's
Jo-
because I feel like during
I
those
feel like I can just take you to what is that place called, bro?
Crunch Fitness?
Xavier, I mean Excalibur.
Excalibur, bro.
Xavier. My bad, I meant Excalibur.
Exactly that place, bro. Where you,
But like, I feel like it'd be even more like it'd be more cool, more fascinating, like living during that era. See everything else aside the fact of just like battling. See how the women were back in the day.
they didn't bathe.
Ugh.
They bathed in plants. Only the rich ladies, bro.
Sick.
Yeah.
What about the fellas?
Most people would bathe in
Mm.
rivers if possible.
So they had more rights.
but
in a way?
it was less. No, but like people bathed less back then.
No.
Because there was a lot of things like they didn't have access to.
True.
Yeah.
What era is it? Like 1500s? The medieval times? I think it's like 15th century.
Around there. I
17.
mean, but also before that too. No, 17 is way more modern. Yeah.
Interesting. What about you, Mauricio?
I already said it, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I was just testing you. And testing myself.
This guy.
These.
But yeah, man.
All right, I have another question.
All right.
This wasn't even on the list, but I like this one.
Mm.
What movie would you want to come out in?
Any movie?
Yeah,
Damn. Like, well, also what part or just come out in?
just both.
Just
I mean,
cameo
if you want to go that far, as far as you want to replace the actor that played it,
I want to be
you can say that.
Batman.
In which
And
one?
which one?
Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight.
The first one.
Batman Begins.
No, I mean by the first one, the first Dark Knight series from the
Oh.
Dark Knight.
Batman
Replace
Begins.
Christian.
Batman Begins.
The next one.
Dark Knight. Just want to make sure that we.
Yeah,
we got
the
that
next
clear.
one. Because there's 3 of the Dark
I'm
Knights,
like,
right?
I'm like.
There's 2 of them. The first one of that trilogy is called Batman Begins.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then there's the Dark Knight, and then the Dark Knight Rises, right?
Yeah,
That's the third
you're
one. So the second one.
So the
God.
Joker.
Yeah.
Mm.
But
Plays
you,
Christian Bale.
but you, Manny.
I gotta think about this one, dude. Hold on.
Obi-Wan Kenobi any day.
Oh man, one of my favorite movies ever watching when I was a kid. Oh man, is Gladiator.
Sick.
Even though it's a fictitious story. but,
Russell Crowe.
Yeah, it's one of my
Good
favorite
actor.
ones. Whew.
Good movie too.
Is there anything else?
What other movies I liked?
Yeah.
Damn, bro. Well, I like a lot of like that old school warfare. Anything that has old school warfare, I don't know why I'm fascinated by it.
What about
movies like Troy,
Saving Private Ryan?
Attila. No, like I do love Saving Private Ryan. Don't get me wrong. It's a good film, but I liked the act of like not using guns.
Oh, okay.
You know, like you gotta use hand to hand combat.
So the Patriots out of that too. with Mel Gibson.
Yeah. I mean, I like those movies. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy them. I'll still
Mhm.
watch them. But it's just there's something fascinating of watching like a movie like Troy and you know seeing that hand to hand combat, even though it wasn't like that, but it's just you know seeing an idea of
Right,
it.
right.
Or seeing Attila the Hun. I don't know if you know the story of Attila the Hun, or
About Armageddon
which one's
with
that?
Bruce Willis,
But
where he's like basically there's a girl from the future and he's trying to like I don't know if he's trying to. I think he's just protecting her or something.
the redhead.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
You're talking about the Fifth Element.
What did I say again? Armageddon. didn't I?
Yeah, I'm like
That's a different one, right?
Yeah, that's a different one. But
The
it's
Fifth
still
Element.
Bruce.
My bad. Thanks for checking
Yeah,
me on that.
yeah. Cause I'm like Armageddon's. Yeah, Bruce Willis is in it, but I'm like,
It's not it's
it's a different movie.
It's a wrong plot.
Yeah, I'm like,
Just lay off the weed.
yeah, you're talking about Fifth Element. I mean, no, I do
Like those type of
sci-fi.
movies?
I like sci-fi movies too. Yeah,
Sort of a movie.
yeah. No, I watch a lot of. I've seen so many random films, man. So many random films, and I like things just. The thing that fascinates me, especially like when watching a film
Yeah.
or watching a series, is like the way that it's told.
The
So,
storytelling.
Yeah, that's what captures me. It's like, how are you telling this?
Like the narration of it.
Yeah, like for example, there's a show that I watched. This was like in my, I think it was probably like 19 when I watched this. They might still have it on Netflix. I don't know if they still do. Is this thing called Skins? And the whole point of that show is like a coming of age story of like different teenagers coming of age.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason I fell in love with that series was because you have the first episode, and the first episode begins basically like it's told from the point of view of the male character, right?
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay, you're gaining everything from his perspective, and you're like, okay, that's how the story is gonna be. But then you get to the second episode, and then the second episode, the story now is told from a female character. But here's the interesting thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
It started with one character, and you're seeing the story through his lens, and then you went second episode, you're seeing the story through her lens, and it's 10 episodes where you're watching it like perspective after perspective from different perspectives, but the story is still going.
Mm.
That type of storytelling is very difficult to do. It's not easy to do because you gotta build it from different personalities and different perspectives,
Right.
but the main story is still progressing at the same
Right.
time. So like stuff like that.
Something similar to like the Saw series, at least something like that. Is it kind of?
Nah,
That's a little off.
That's a little off, but it's like I just like weird stories like that.
Mm.
I don't know if you ever seen The Prestige, with Christian Bale, Scarlett Johansson, and
I've heard of the
Hugh
movie.
Jackman. Yeah, so The Prestige. This is like back in 2006, but it's like the way, like the whole, like if you ever watch that movie,
Yeah.
that's a movie you gotta pay attention to, because if you don't pay attention to it, like you get so lost. But it's like the way the story is told is really good. I also like when like stories are told in like different parts, not when it's just told like straightforward. I don't know. I like the different ideas of storytelling. Like I like seeing obscure ways of telling. A story.
Yeah. To me, that sounds like it's pretty much also creativity and art. You know, because like I
Yeah.
said, not anybody can do that.
Yeah, exactly.
So what sport would you guys play professionally?
If I was reborn as an athlete, and I could come back,
Or you could transform your life right now and become an athlete.
it's too late. What you mean?
It's never too late.
It's like-
For
and
an
it's-
In the great
athlete?
words of Kevin Garnett, anything is possible.
As an athlete, nah, man. Your 20s are like your prime.
in another dimension,
Yeah, man.
somewhere else, and
Where athletes are in old age.
I would basketball if not football.
I would have to say basketball, man. Basketball would probably be the sport I would want to play.
So-
For sure. And if I had to choose a position, it would be point guard.
Oh, I was about to say the same.
I'd want to be a point guard. The only reason is because like the point guard is kind of like the mind.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to think of plays and think of like ways to form your team to like get them to score. So I like that.
I feel that. That's cool.
What about you, Maury?
Pretty much the same. I think I would be a.
Conor McGregor.
Damn, you just put him in a dilemma. He was about to say basketball. Now he's
That's why I
thinking
said
about
that. I wanted to
UFC.
pick his brain right now.
You just threw a curveball, bro. You just like destroyed his basketball.
Can it be a
idea,
knuckleball?
bro. And now he's like, yeah, my UFC career. Yeah, I would come out to that song, No Friends in the Industry.
Huh.
See, that's still possible for you, sir.
No, it's not.
Huh.
Hell no.
Come on, man. You're 25.
Bro, in 5 years, bro, you're going to be 30, bro. You would be at your prime.
Hell no.
Yeah, and then Manny could be your trainer, and I could be your huevo. I mean, you're the towel boy. Your your towel boy.
No, we can bring it down.
Bring it down.
No, I mean, honestly, yeah, it'd be basketball for the most part.
Dope.
MMA, bro, fuck, this shit's grueling as fuck, man. And the pay is not that great at the moment. But, yeah, it'd be between that and baseball, if I'm just being totally honest there.
Sick.
Would you be a pitcher if it was in baseball?
Honestly, no.
What
Catcher.
would you want to be?
I'd be, honestly, catcher is not something I'd want to be either. I'd for sure want to be, I'd be like an outfielder. If not, give me shortstop.
So you
something
want
like
to be like a Mookie Betts all the way in the outfield?
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm.
Something like that.
You want to
Yeah.
be the next Bellinger?
You got a lot. You got to be able to run, cover a lot.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what I would want to do. for the
Didn't you
most
play
part.
outfield when you were small?
Yeah, when I
I
played
did as
when
well,
I played Little
man.
League, that's what I played.
Oh, you
I
played
played-
basketball too? I mean, baseball.
Yeah,
baseball
left
too.
field.
Dope.
I used to play left field.
Yeah.
Were you in the league, Manny, or just like for fun?
I just did it when I was a kid. But it was what do you call it?
Or was it like for school related? Like
It was a league, but it was just like for the city.
Oh,
like-
that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah,
How long did you do that for?
I did it for about 2 years, and then
Did you enjoy it those 2 years?
I mean, I liked it because of my friend.
Mm-hmm.
I was very close to a guy when I was younger. I've lost touch with him. I don't even know where he's at. But him and I basically, like, dude, this dude had potential to become pro. Like, to be honest.
Was this here in the valley or up in?
Nah, this is in when I
Monte?
used to live in El Monte. Yeah, like I grew up with him. He was a year younger than me.
Interesting.
And yeah, like this dude was really good. He even got like he got a full ride for school, and he was playing in college. But yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is that like the only sport he played?
No, he played basketball as well, but he was really good at baseball.
I remember seeing. I know this is nothing. I know we're talking about baseball, but I remember seeing something. I forgot what player said this recently, but they said basically if you're a football player, if you're a running back, they recommend you to also get in track and field.
Yeah, some sports can cross over. Yeah,
And
or
I'm
there's people that like when the season's off for this, they just want to play another sport to stay active.
Yeah.
So that's what they do. Like another thing I've seen is basketball players like to play volleyball.
Interesting.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot.
I could see that because of the jumping
Mm-hmm.
and the.
Plus, I
feet-
mean the height,
footwork.
bro. The
that
height,
too.
Yeah.
They don't have to jump.
Nope. That's when I found out I was short. I remember when I used to think I was tall, because in Hispanic community I'm decently tall. But yeah,
Facts,
when
facts.
when I met
Not if you ask
when I met white people, when I met
Triple sixes.
Americans,
Triple sixes.
I was like, I'm short. Yeah.
Yeah, man. What's the next question, Mauricio?
Nah, está distraído, está pasmado.
The next question is
Or what is the next
¿Cómo
conversation?
se llega a dormir?
right.
Yeah.
Nah, but
Ya tiene sueño el Mauricio, ya. Ya está chequeado, ya su mente ya
It's
se,
been a long
ya se
day.
retiró, ya hizo el clock out, ya
Clock
se
out.
fue. Ya se fue, ya se fue.